fine, Saturday. Okay.
Good morning.
You ready for start?
Yes.
The first question. When did your love for books begin?
Well, I started reading at the age of 4 years.
Alright.
Then I continued. My father used to have a little library at home, and also a public library was next to my house. So I spent almost my free time in the library.
Okay. Good. Which one is your favorite writer and why?
My favorite writer is Arturo Pérez Reverte. He is from Spain. Here I have some of his books. He writes historic novel, and I love this author because he combines what I like, which is history,
Okay.
mystery, and a very large sense of humor. For example, El Capitán a la Triste, it's a series of 5 books. It's a soldier on the 17th century Spain. He has a lot of adventures.
It's an actually novel?
Yeah. And El Club Dumas, it's a novel too. And I love this book because it refers to some people, some very rich people who are trying to find very rare books. And they pay a lot of money, they commit homicides, and there is a lot of mystery. And what I like most of this work is that you as a reader interact with the author. These images, you have to find some details that help you to solve the mystery. It's a very interactive.
The illustration is for the author?
No, the images are from very ancient books and from the tarot cards.
Alright, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. How does reading impact your life?
Well, first about it helped me to improve my skills on understanding, and also another skills that are present in our brain, like apprehension, comprehension, introspection, and also the books make me have deep reflections.
Developing oral abilities.
Of course, oral abilities, writing, drafting abilities, it's basic for the humanities, for the social sciences. The activity of reading and writing is the 80% of the work.
It's essential for the older students reading books in your career or in your life.
Of course, because every single human has a brain, and the brain needs to exercise. Like the body needs to exercise, the brain, it's an organ that needs to exercise, and reading is the best.
This is
kind of
exercise.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have a brain, you have to exercise your brain. This is like the gym for the mind. Yeah.
For the gym. Okay. Next question. How do you think reading is in Mexico, specifically in young people?
Well, it's a big problem. It's a big problem in our country. A problem of education, a problem of habits, a problem of cultural infrastructure. And I have some information. For example, Mexico people, in average, Mexican people read 3.8 books a year. In comparison to Finland, for example, where the people read in average 10.7 books a year. It goes very related with the economic development, of course. Another information that I have is that, for example, India, country that is not very developed, its economic conditions are very similar to Mexico, but they spend 10.7 hours a week on reading. In Mexico, we spend only 6.3 hours a week, the people who read, obviously. And I think that it's a structural problem in our education, and I also think that reading is an habit that you get from your parents at home. But the government must think what to do. They must develop a real strategy, like reduce taxation for publishers to make books cheaper, give some help to the writers, maybe some promote and stimulate the writers with maybe less taxation too, because they have to pay for every book they sell. And I think that the writer by itself work, is making a service to the community. So it's unfair that the writer has to pay a tax for
This
selling
is
a
the
book.
reason for the Mexico, the people don't read books?
Books are expensive in Mexico. You can get some cheap books, but there are a lot of people that doesn't have enough money for a 20 pesos book. 20 pesos maybe it's for the food of their kids.
Eat.
Yeah. The books are expensive, but we have public libraries. Another reason that I find to explain this terrible phenomena is the lack of time. For example, the workers, they spend 8 hours at work, and when they get home, maybe they are tired. Their minds are not,
So tired.
they are tired. And I think these are some of the reasons that I find.
For the point.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do to help university students to read more?
Well, I teach in your division,
Okay.
in the economic department, and in my 2 classes, we have a read for every single class. Every single class, we have to read a chapter of a different book, and in the class we discuss. And also I ask to my students draft, synthesis of the chapter, and I ask to the students to be very careful with their syntax. It's a problem that I have found. The syntax. What's the syntax? It's the skill to build logical paragraphs, that the words and the paragraphs keep a logical order, that the idea that you write has some logical base.
Okay.
It's a problem.
Interesting dynamic.
Yeah, but I try to work hard on it.
But a friend tell me, man, all students read every day. I said, yeah, but Facebook or Instagram, this is not very for the good lecture.
Yeah, it is a fact that the